The reason why I'm doing this is because I'm trying to make Muslims money.
Habibi, your risk was written when you were in the womb of your mother. Don't. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to my YouTube channel for another one. It's your boy Abdul Muhsin, also known as American in Dubai. Today is the 6th episode of my podcast journey here in Dubai, and I'm extremely grateful to Allah to be accompanied by, as some of you guys may know, aka used to be known as Dawah Men, but now Imran. Made Hijrah to Dubai, runs many businesses, benefits to people with, alhamdulillah, the knowledge that you learn. And we're here today to give you guys some gems. Stick around to the end. You don't want to miss this. Okay, let's get into it. Thank you, Imran, for coming on.
It's a pleasure, my bro. It's a pleasure. Very nice to be here, man.
Yeah, so, first of all, how are you doing, bro?
I'm very good. Probably at one of the best points of my life right now, alhamdulillah. Yeah, very good. Very
Alhamdulillah, very good. So, I'm going to dive straight in, yeah? How long have you been in Dubai?
I've been officially living here for, it's coming up to a year and a half. But I've been back and forth for like 10 years.
Oh, so you were here before?
Yeah, there was a time I'd done a 4 or 5 month stretch here. I'll do a 3 month stretch here.
Okay.
I've been familiar with this place for a long time.
Alhamdulillah. No, that's good. That's good to know. That's good to know. So, what made you actually set up shop here?
Mm-hmm.
What made you actually do it coming from the UK to the to the UAE? Because I did the same thing, but from your point of view.
Why I chose Dubai specifically?
Yeah, why you chose Dubai?
Okay, alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah. So look, for me, I just wanted to move to a Muslim country.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter which Muslim country you move to, but then you're going to make a decision that's going to be appropriate for, whatever it is that you're doing at the time. So for me, it was between here and Pakistan.
Okay. I haven't heard that before. Pakistan. Not many people say that one.
Yeah, no, I can thug it out in Pakistan.
Yeah.
I actually spent some time there. I was living in a madrasa. Bro, we was living with the lizards. In my room.
The geckos and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have those here.
In my room, bro, I thought there was a crack on the wall when I came in. But that crack kept getting bigger and it was stretching. And then it would go onto the ceiling. And then I realized, that's a termite.
That's a termite?
Termite hill.
Termite hill.
Or termite, something like a termite tunnel, sorry.
Okay.
So these guys are in my room building a tunnel, bro. And I'm saying, that's cruddy, we were staying. You know what I'm saying? We were staying, I would be woken up by the rooster every morning. I was living out in stretches. I'm saying I can thug it out.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. So, and I was obviously studying there. But for me, it was a decision that I wanted to make between what's going to be best for my business that I'm doing.
Okay.
But at the same time, it has to be a place that's family friendly, place I travel a lot, right? I mean, even though I actually don't travel as much as I thought I would be, but in case I need a place that's central.
Yeah, central.
And Dubai just made sense. It just made sense.
Yeah, definitely.
And the reason why I chose Dubai over Sharjah.
Okay, my guy. Thank you, bro.
Oh, okay.
You listen, I'm living in Dubai as well. I never lived in Sharjah. And this is number one thing. Many brothers that message me or inquire about making Hijrah, I want to go to Sharjah. And I'd say to them, listen, you're from the West. You're used to a certain lifestyle. You're used to a certain speed. You're used to certain access to things. If you go to Sharjah, like you said previously, you've been to Pakistan. So if you, on the meter of things, you can thug it out if you have to. Now, many brothers don't know how to thug it out, and they go to Sharjah. So I'm glad you chose that Dubai.
But my reasoning for not going to Sharjah was different, though. It wasn't.
Okay.
I don't really see Sharjah as a place to thug it out. Sharjah's nice.
Some parts are nice.
If you go Zahia,
that's new. That's new.
Zahia, they got Jadda, all these places. I'm saying they're bougie. To be honest, 100%. As in, I prefer Sharjah over Dubai.
Of course, anyone, alhamdulillah, anyone practicing.
No, I don't even mean from a deen angle.
Yeah.
Not even as, of course, but I'm saying, I actually think it's better. I like it.
Really?
Yeah, but that was.
But why did you choose Dubai
traffic.
then?
It's the traffic.
Definitely.
So I'm saying when someone looks at a practicing lifestyle, right? Obviously, I'm not in JBR. I don't go JBR.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't live in JBR. I don't frequent JBR.
No,
you know what I'm saying? But I live in a nice area.
Yeah.
It's far from the hustle and bustle, and I got a masjid right next to me.
Yeah, and that's
all I need. That's all I need.
That's all you need.
Do you know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like there's I avoid the tourist spaces. I avoid living there. I avoid visiting there. Bro, if you can avoid the tourist places, it's like any other Muslim country.
Exactly.
And I just found a nice apartment right next to a masjid, like right next to.
Yeah.
So for me, I might as well be in Sharjah. Like, it makes no difference.
Yeah, but you just get the plus side of no traffic.
The plus side of no traffic.
Yeah.
For me, that's it. The traffic is the only downside.
Okay.
Because for me, actually, life is short. I've already wasted a lot of time. I can't be stuck in traffic.
Can't be stuck in traffic for 2 hours. That's Sharjah. And the price difference is not like that much difference. It's a difference, but it's not that much difference. And the price difference that you're gonna get between Sharjah and Dubai, if you simply just choose Dubai, the time that you're gonna keep and the time you're gonna have to spend with your family or to make sure that you make your prayers and Jama'ah and things like that, it's totally worth it. It's totally worth it.
I definitely see Sharjah. I always see Sharjah as an option.
Yeah.
I always see it as an option. Like, maybe it depends. You know, you don't like if they open up another road, which makes the traffic smoother, or maybe like, because there's a lot of development happening there at the same time. It's always on my radar. Yeah. Currently, the place that I'm looking to move is Mirdif. Mirdif.
Everyone knows about that one.
It's because of the masjid there.
Yeah. You're talking about the masjid with Abdul Rahman Hassan.
He teaches every Friday. But for me, it's the imam there. Okay. I spent Ramadan in that masjid.
Yeah.
You know how everyone's like, oh, the salah is short.
No, go. There's some masjids, even in Al Basha. If you come to the one,
Masjid Ibad al-Rahman.
Yes, Masjid Ibad al-Rahman, that one, bro, in Ramadan, because that's close to my house. I'm living close to there.
You're gonna go from Isha to Fajr.
Hey, one of my friends, big shout out to Adam Al-Maghribi, bro. My friend was
from Canada.
No, he's from UK. He studied in UK. He studied in UK, but he was raised
one of my best friends called Adam Al-Maghribi.
Okay,
from Canada though.
Okay,
but
no, this is a different one. But he one time in Ramadan, he was like, I can come to this masjid. It's close to our house, like where we live. Come. So I've gone. I'm thinking, it's going, because sometimes in Ramadan they pray like quite short ones, right? So I'm there. Bro, this was the longest raka'at as a revert I've ever prayed, bro. It was like, it was like almost, I think it was like an hour.
In the last 10 nights, the Sheikh will go from Isha to Fajr.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Seriously, and it's a beautiful experience. Like, I felt absolutely amazing. It was amazing.
And Mirdif, the Sheikh there doesn't go from Isha to Fajr, but what the Sheikh would do is he'll do Taraweeh. It's not as long as it might be in the UK, but it's longer than the regular ones here in Dubai. Yeah. But then the Sheikh will come at night and he will do the next day.
And like one, 2,
I remember we played one rak'ah. It was like 50 minutes, but bro,
it feels good.
Bro, the recitation
in the kushur.
Unmatched. The Sheikh in Masjid Mirdif, Grand Masjid, wallahi, the way he recited the Quran made me see the Quran differently. Like even the way he'll pause at certain ayat and you're thinking, just reflecting like, it was different. So for me, I wanted to.
You want to get there?
Yeah, I just want to be a Mirdif. Yeah. That's my goal. Next year,
may Allah bless it for you and Allah for you to get there.
When my contract expires, I'm trying to go there.
Yeah. But and you know
don't
what?
Follow me. I'm joking.
Don't follow. I'm joking. Listen, but look, you know what? And this is something that I want to talk about. For the contracts. Like every time your contract comes, it's like you're making a decision, especially if you're a family man and things like, am I going to go here? Am I going to there? There was a time when my contract was going to renew. I was like, oh, I want to go to Sharjah. But then like I even went on viewings and stuff out there. And then the time came so fast and I just said, okay, forget it. I'll stay in Dubai for another year. And then alhamdulillah, because the decision I made, a lot of blessings came from it and things like that. But let's change topic. Let's talk about business. Okay, I got a really random question. We're gonna go from that to this. So for me, I'm new with this whole email like thing. Like I'm making my whole little platform for lead magnet, and I want to get like people for leads for making Hijrah and stuff. Like, if you don't mind me asking, how many people do you have on your email list? And like, if I have one person on my email list, how can I upscale my email list to get more than one person?
Very good. So, 2 questions. We've got a few email lists. The most recent one that we just started to build, which is the smallest, I think it's about 30,000 now.
30,000.
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
Okay, and they all see the emails and everything.
I mean, you might segment the email list without getting too technical.
Okay.
There's messages I can send out to everyone in the list, and then there's messages I can send out to people that have opted in or taken particular actions or shown particular behavior with regards to the emails. Like if someone clicks on a link, and and shows interest in maybe like an ebook that I send or a webinar that I do, then I can start targeting them a bit differently because they've shown that they're bit more interested in something that someone else.
So like you're turning them from cold to hot.
Exactly.
Okay.
So if there's one thing that you can do to make money from your emails, it's the PS. The PS. The PS is the most read part of every email. Think about it. Someone sends you an email, I'm going to scroll through. I'm just going to quickly get to the bottom. And if you just have your CTA, your call to action, always in the PS.
Yeah.
And maybe you might just change it every now and again to just make it sound a bit more interesting and snazzy and whatever have you.
Yeah.
You're always going to get leads, inshallah ta'ala.
Inshallah.
The PS is the most important part of any email.
That's absolutely amazing. So like, so what, okay, that's good. Thank you, Jazakallah Khan, for that. That's a big gem for people. Everyone will.
But you got Shoaib, man. He knows this stuff.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. We brought up Shoaib.
Yeah. Shoaib's a masterclass, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he also does our emails as well.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. Okay.
Yeah, he does our emails.
So I'm in good hands.
Very good hands, Allah.
Okay,
Yeah, mashallah. Shoaib came in, he done our emails, he set up a lot of things. He would even train one of our copywriters, mashallah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shoaib's a beast when it comes to this.
Yeah, definitely. Alhamdulillah. I'm glad I'm in good hands.
Actually, when it comes to the real estate thing,
yeah,
we have a few clients that we serve in terms of the real estate space. So what we do in essence is, alhamdulillah, we actually just secured a deal with a partner that we just linked up with, but we're now able to, with Allah Azza wa Jalla's permission, we're able to provide any and every single marketing and sales solution that any of our clients may need.
Anything they need?
Anything and everything from click to close. And here's the thing. So you know the caliber.
Yeah.
So we now, alhamdulillah, work with people, like our team. Like for me, I realized that the biggest bottleneck for me has always been talent, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
I'd be hiring brothers out the masjid, trying to give them an opportunity.
Yeah.
And then they violate.
Yeah, I've tried that as well. Even like I told you, I go to the Dara side and I tried to pick up the Africans or, somebody who's in a struggling position and try to give them an opportunity. And
there's a big difference between someone I might pay 1,000 dirham, 2,000 dirham, and someone I might pay 50,000 dirham.
Yes.
So like, I might pay someone 200, 400 pounds, someone I pay him 10, 12,000 pounds.
Definitely.
Right, a month. So alhamdulillah, what we done is when we came here for the last 7-8 months, we've been outsourcing talent. So alhamdulillah, we got now enterprise level teams. What that means is there's small businesses, there's medium businesses, and then there's global enterprises.
Yes.
Emirates Airlines.
So we want to be at like global enterprise. That's our mission, right?
So now the guys that we have that provide those solutions work for Uber, Emirates Airlines, EMA, Damac Properties, DP World, Landmark Group.
Definitely.
As in right now, like our team is elite. Alhamdulillah.
Yes, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. So anything and everything. We're talking SEO, Google ads, paid ads, building up funnels, websites, UX, UI, customer journey. We just hired a new brother for the e-commerce team. Alhamdulillah. So you're familiar with Pottery Bond? Pottery Bond. No, Bond. It's funny because it's an American brand, but Americans don't seem to know. It's a luxury furniture store.
Okay.
Right? In America. And they obviously have it here in the Middle East as well. Yeah. It's in all the big malls, Dubai Mall, Mall at Emirates, it's everywhere. So he basically ran their website.
Yeah.
And he got it up to $10 million a year. So we just poached him. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, Poached him.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Ethically, of course. Permissibly, of course.
Yeah, definitely.
He was off work and then, he was looking for a new job. We got him. So I'm saying that's the team that we have.
Yeah.
So that's what we can do
Real
now.
players.
And the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm trying to make Muslims money.
That's the goal. And listen, that subhanallah, that is how they put on the thumbnail, the little line?
Yeah.
That's the tagline.
Yeah.
We're just trying to make Muslims money. Because I'm tired of hearing this. I'm tired of hearing this. Brother, what will I do if I come to Dubai? How will I make money? What will I do? Will I survive? I don't want to leave. Brothers are tetrified to leave the UK and the United States and Europe because they think that the risk is not written here. Habibi, your risk was written when you were in the womb of your mother. Don't be scared. Make the journey. And you have, like for myself as well, just a little note. I have access as well to high-level Muslim entrepreneurs as well, And that's one of the huge benefits, I would say, here in Dubai. I remember you said one time is that you've made more money or your risk and your provisions have been more blessed since you've been here than before. And I totally agree. I think I reposted that. Yeah.
Month after month, I see that. Look, firstly, when it comes to the issue of Hijrah, Allah says, يهاجر في سبيل الله يجد في الأرض مراغما كثيرا وسعة. Allah says, whoever does hijrah for the sake of Allah, he will find on the earth sufficient means of living.
Sufficient.
And in fact, an abundance.
Yes.
So Allah says, when you do that hijrah, you don't need to worry, bro. It's going to come. That's one.
No.
Number two, so, okay, now you got to take the means. So that was our thing. Like, as in, the Prophet said, إن الله يحب إذا عمل أحدكم أن يتقن عمله. Allah loves that when any one of you does a job, you do it with excellence and with precision.
No.
This is deep. You know why? Because for Allah to love you is a big thing,
100%.
And one of the ways that Allah loves you, or you will earn the love of Allah, is by doing your work properly. Not properly, sorry.
For his sake.
Perfect. For his sake, but doing it perfectly.
Yeah.
As in, if I'm a guy who I have itqan in my actions, like when I deal with my clients, I do the best possible job for them.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm doing the best possible job is because the Prophet told me Allah loves the characteristic of being the best.
No.
Right? To being precise, to giving the best quality work. No. That's the reason for Allah to love me. Now here's the thing.
Yeah.
You and I both know that if Allah loves you, what happens? There's a hadith and the Prophet said that Allah will tell Jibreel, I love so and so you love him.
And the angels will love you, and then the people will love you,
and then the people will love you.
Yes.
Okay, now here's where it gets deep. Now you're gonna like this one.
Yes,
inshallah, I'm a fellow entrepreneur, and all of you guys listening. If the reason why Allah loves you is because you provide quality work for your clients,
no,
and then that chain eventually leads to the angels loving you until the people love you,
no,
don't you think you're gonna get referrals?
100%.
But these are referrals.
Of course, you're gonna get referrals.
But these are referrals sent from Allah.
And that's something that
because the whole reason why the love of Allah is there is because you saw this hadith and said the Prophet said Allah loves when you do your work properly, not properly, but you do it great and you do it with quality. And Allah is like, this person serves the believers when he takes their money and engages in a contract. He gives them the best possible service, and he's doing it because this will earn him my love. And then if that's the chain by means of which people start loving you, then you're going to see referrals coming through the door. Do you understand? So I'm saying, obviously, I'm trying to make money here. But the way I'm trying to make money is by serving my Muslims, serving my fellow brothers and sisters.
Yes.
So for me, I saw no way to, as in, when we set up business solutions, everyone's trying to make money now.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, jump on. You could do Amazon FBA, and I'm not saying that's bad.
Yeah, I've done that before.
You could do this
in the past.
High ticket sales, get into this, get into that. Get into real estate. I'm not saying any of that is bad, as long as someone does it in a way that's permissible.
In a permissible way.
But ultimately, what does it come down to? Sales and marketing. That's the thing. Ultimately, you can have all of those people that are selling you those courses are selling you opportunities, right? And I'm not saying it's bad.
Yeah.
I saw opportunities too. I taught people how to set up an Umrah company. That's an opportunity.
Yeah. We'll speak about that.
That's an opportunity. But then I also saw when I taught people how to set up an Umrah company, some of them made money because they got leads, some didn't. So ultimately, once I know,
so you had to go back and recheck and say, okay, some people making leads and some people not making leads, but the formula is sahih. Right. So you went deeper.
So then we said, okay, cool. What we need to do is just help people with their sales and marketing. My thing is, because I'm just obsessed with, I don't want to do a half-baked job. Then if I can't, and I know it's bad. Sometimes you should just work with what you have, right? But I'm always thinking about the next thing.
Yes.
So for me, I'm like, there's that guy. He is a CEO for that digital marketing agency over there. How can I get him to work for me?
Mumtaz.
Not that I want him to work for me and be under me, but how can I get him to be a part of my team? Do you understand?
Yeah, you're looking for excellence.
That guy right there, he runs a website for Pottery Barn, $10 million a year. None of my clients right now probably have the capacity to run a website like that, right?
Yes.
And this is a global enterprise. But you know what? My brother, who's running a 6-figure website, a 7-figure website, I'm going to bring you a guy that runs 8-figure websites. Just so you can have the best service. Do you understand?
Yes.
So, and then here's the thing. We don't work with no one that's doing even anything slightly haram. Someone's got music
best
or
way.
women in their content,
Yeah.
or their transactions are haram, or we can see that they don't have actually a good vision for the money. It's not for me to go in someone's heart, but I like to see what's your mission.
Yeah, you prefer that.
Right?
Yeah,
Are you trying
definitely.
to build an orphanage? Are you trying to like help the community in some way? Okay, now, because this is a deadly weapon. You know, when we start running, when we turn people's ads on.
Yes.
People make money.
Yeah, definitely.
Honestly,
yeah,
people make money. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, and you don't want to, like, you wouldn't want to be, not to say responsible, but you don't want to, assist the brother for the sake of Allah, and you believe that I'm trying to help this brother for the sake of Allah, and then they go ahead and they start doing other stuff.
Yeah, because our thing is we're trying to put the wealth back in the hands of the righteous.
Yes.
That's
a beautiful mission, Akeem.
Like the Sahaba.
That's a very beautiful mission. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala aid us in this and make this a benefit. Yes, guys, we're here on the American in Dubai podcast, episode number 6. Alhamdulillah, with brother Imran, spitting facts, giving you guys some gems. Okay, so we've talked about a little bit about Hijrah, a little bit about business. Let's talk about the UK, because before we came in, I said to you, I said that I almost met you in the UK, or I tried to. Okay. So I had went to this place, Speaker's Corner. Everybody knows about it. And I went there and I was like, I wanted to, but you didn't show up on this one of these days. I think you stopped going, maybe.
I think I've only been there maybe 3 times in my life.
You know what? I'm thinking you used to go regularly, because I was actually living in England before.
Basically, one of my most viral videos was on one of the days I happened to go there.
One of the days you happened to go was one of your viral videos.
One of my most viral videos, right? It's not really.
What happened?
It's long.
It's long.
And to be honest, I'm actually thinking of taking the video down because it's just that old school drama. You know what I'm saying? It's not even the type of stuff that I'm necessarily proud of. But it was just one where I got an altercation. That stuff.
Yeah, that stuff happens.
Not a physical altercation, but like a discussion, and then it goes viral. So I think people assume from the back of that this guy frequents Speaker's Corner regularly. Yeah. No.
Yeah,
I despise that place. I don't encourage anyone to go there. Yeah, and as I mentioned to you earlier, like a believer shouldn't present himself to something where he knows he won't be able to like handle
or upkeep it.
Right, and I know if I've got someone insulting my religion in front of me,
it's hard to keep up with. Yeah, it's hard to try to tolerate that. Over a long time, you won't be able to hold the patience for that.
No. As in period, I don't tolerate it.
Yeah. Period.
It's not over time. Like I will not tolerate it. Sometimes I'm not gonna turn up because it's gonna get long.
Yeah. Totally understand. So we didn't meet in the UK, but actually when you arrived here in Dubai, I don't know if you remember, but I think we were attempted to be put in contact as well from a brother named, what's this brother's name? Hamza. Yemeni. So when you first arrived. Ansar. Yeah. Yes. When you first arrived.
Good friend and a client, alhamdulillah.
I believe like when you first arrived, he told me, he was like, because him and I, when I first came, I got put in contact with him from a WhatsApp group, and then there's like that brother's there. Him and I met. He's one of the first brothers I met when I first came here. So realist, man. So he.
You guys want to set your businesses up here in Dubai?
Yeah.
Hamza's your guy.
Hamza, yes. So he was like, oh yeah, I'm with Imran. This is that. I was like, oh okay. Yeah. He was like, I actually brought him up to you. Like that there's this American brother, but I think we made contact when you first came.
Okay.
It was like just brief, and then it breezed by, maybe, because you're busy. But then, alhamdulillah, now, we're together. And inshallah, we're going to try to benefit the people. So, what else can we talk about?
So this is why I told you
to be prepared. Be prepared.
This is why I told you to prepare.
Yeah, be prepared.
Now we're seeing it live in flesh, huh?
Yeah, we're seeing it live in flesh. So guys, my podcast, I actually don't prepare. I just bring the guests, and then we just have natural conversation. Yeah. But the brother told me how I can escalate this is if I prepare. I think I will prepare and keep the like little notes or something.
Yeah. So look, when it comes, because I know a lot of people might be interested, might take value from this, inshallah. When it comes to podcasts, and by the way, just so everyone's aware, alhamdulillah, there was a time we were doing 7 podcasts at one time, all of them successful.
Yes.
And we help build out podcasts for our clients. We come up with the strategy of the podcast, the whole thing, and even handle like a lot of the production. So I know what I'm talking about. Please take this from me.
Yeah.
So generally speaking, there's 2 schools of thought when it comes to the podcast.
Okay.
One is, as you mentioned, just come and freestyle.
Yeah, that's my school,
and one is prep. One is prep and prepare, right? I used to be of the first manhaj, the first madhab. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Which is the madhab of freestyle, spontaneous. I'm a spontaneous guy.
Yeah.
By nature. As in naturally. Not by nature, like Allah created me, alhamdulillah. But point being is that, that will take you only so far. Mm-hmm. And also it's heavily dependent on the nature of the guest. Like if you've got a guest and you can just vibe, like now, alhamdulillah, kind of we got stuck.
Yeah.
But you got a guest that can ride it with you.
Yeah.
Don't worry. If you get stuck, I'll throw things back. talk.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? We could do,
Yeah.
we could talk, we could do that. But you're gonna come across some guests who maybe are not seasoned or have a different style, and then they're gonna get stuck.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Or they might take the conversation left or right, or
You don't know what will happen.
You don't know what will happen.
Yeah.
So, but then you've got preparation where, and I find people who prepare, there's an extreme here. They just turn it into an interview.
Yeah,
It's not
too
an
long,
interview.
too long
A
interview.
podcast conversation. Don't take the realness out of it. So what my preparation looks like is I would just research the guest. That's the most important thing. Like I need to know. Like even if all I would do is just go through your Instagram, just understand about you. Okay. Like for example, when we came here, as in I didn't go out of my way to research you, but I research you, but I know enough to be able to have a conversation. Because in a bit, I actually want to ask you about why you go to Dera, because I saw a clip of you saying that you really like to go there. That's interesting, you know?
Yeah.
I want to talk about that. You also are into sales and real estate. You're a revert, right?
Yeah.
And so on and so you're connected with a friend called Shu'aib.
Yeah.
There's some things that I know that give me a context and a picture of who you are.
Yes.
That way, I'm able to have a conversation with you. So have a bit of research about who this guest is. Maybe watch a podcast that they've already done. This is a mushkila now, right? I had you know the brother from CEO Cast?
Okay.
CEO Cast?
No.
It's a pretty big podcast.
Where? Here? Based here?
It's in the UK, but he frequents the UK and
No,
Dubai.
I just know Freshly Grounded. I
Okay.
know my boy Fawaz. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Faisal.
No. Yeah, Faisal's but his brother-in-law.
Fawaz. Okay.
Fawaz,
Okay.
yeah.
Yes. So look, here's the thing. This brother from CEO Cast, he said to me, may Allah reward him, Ameen.
I mean,
He's a good brother, mashallah, tabarakallah. He said to me, he done the Andrew Tate podcast. And this,
the Andrew Tate one.
yeah, it blew up. I think when it came out, it got 2 million views. It's probably on something ridiculous right now. So he said when he went to Andrew Tate, he had to prepare for this one. And he goes, people will think you don't need to prepare. Because Andrew Tate's the most important person to prepare for. You know why? Because a guy who's done podcasts with multiple people, how are you going to make yours different?
Yeah.
Are you just going to say the same thing? Do you think, what's the whole reason you're getting Andrew Tate on a podcast? Not that I'm saying I would get him. I'm talking about it from the perspective of someone who might, right? Is because you want his eyeballs to come your way. Yes or no?
True.
Right?
True.
But what if his eyeballs that are coming your way are like, I just saw the same discussion.
The same discussion that he done million times.
Right? You're going to ask him about Romania, prison, this, that, are you going to ask him the same questions every time?
Yeah.
It's going to get boring.
It's going to get boring.
So he was like, so this is one of the reasons that I would watch a podcast that the guy's already done.
And try to fill the places which people have not gone to. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then maybe do some research, find some stuff about the person's past life.
Yeah.
Not necessarily bad, but because I want to get the person emotional. I want to tap into the guy's emotions. I make a guy.
See, look, I didn't do that to you.
I'm known to make big men cry on a podcast.
Big men
cry on a podcast. You know what I'm saying? But that's I was because one of our clients, he's brother Sam. I mean, when I say client, it makes it sound like we're not friends. We're good friends as well, alhamdulillah. But he's about to launch. It'd be a good guest for you to get. He's about to launch his podcast. It's called the Muslim Wealth Syndicate Podcast.
Okay.
Muslim Wealth Syndicate Podcast, right? So I was just training him on like how to be a good host, like how to make your podcast blow.
Yeah.
So one of the things I told him is like, look, you need to get the speaker to speak from his heart and not his mind. You know, when a guy comes and sits here, remember we got layers. We're like onions, bro.
Yeah, true.
We
have layers. We have layers. Yeah.
Right. We got masks on. So you need to peel those masks away. The brother Mehdi Tijani. Are you familiar with Mehdi?
No.
So he's a brother from the UK.
You're introducing me to a lot of people.
He's a good guest. You need to get him. He's a good guest. He's a good guest. So the brother obviously was known for some controversial, scandalous things he might have said, just like I was once upon a time. Now, Allah Barak, the brother's phenomenal. Like I met him in real life.
Okay.
People can say what they want, but I've dealt with him on a real personal basis. And the brother, the way he is in real life is not like...
the way how he's perceived online.
And he's got a fantastic initiative right now called Black Label. It's a community for elite high-value Muslim men. You can't get in without a heavy paycheck. In fact, you can't even get in without invitation. Yeah, you can't get in. It's serious. Like it's the kind of group you need to be in.
You need access to get to.
You need to be in there.
Yeah.
If you're a Muslim, you need to be in that group. But if you're not in that group, it's long for you because they need to vet you before you get in. Do you know what I'm saying? Anyway,
and that's supposed to happen. Yeah.
Anyway, this is a man. He's a man's man, bodybuilder, polygamous man. Allah Barik.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
Public, bro. You can tell he's a man's man, right?
Yes.
He came on podcast and he shed a tear, and he mentioned that he hadn't done that before. But the thing is that's beautiful because I feel like that podcast done him a lot of service with Allah's permission, because it got to people got to see the real him and a different side. He appreciated that too. No doubt, because it's like, I got to tell my story in a way that was understood, where I could relate with the people. And it just makes for a great podcast. So I'm like, bro, how do you get the guy to speak from his heart, not his mind?
Yes, that's key.
Now, that requires research. And then I've got to build the conversation up to that point. Do you know what I'm saying? So do you have any, obviously you've lived an interesting life. You're from America, you spent some time in the UK, you're a revert, you've come here to Dubai, you go to Dero, you've seen the other side of the river or the creek.
Yeah.
And obviously, Allah Barak, you're doing your thing here with regards to business. Do you have any regrets?
No regrets. None at all. I mean, not a regret, but what I would have done different is that when I was in the UK, I had a nice, I wouldn't say a nice amount of money, but I was prepared. When I came, when you enter Dubai, you don't know what you're going to enter into. A lot of people don't know how it is to take an apartment, how you have to pay for the DIWA deposit, the AC deposit, the security deposit, commission, 3 months upfront rent, and all these things. There's a lot of costs when making the move here. So I didn't take in consideration those specific elements. If I was to, if I can go back in time, I would have invested and I would have lived, I probably would have gone to Sharjah. How crazy it sounds, I probably would have gone to Sharjah, saved a lot of money, took the capital I had and put it into off-plan. Because when I came here 3 years ago in 2021, the first time, I actually overpaid for the visa. I paid nearly 13,000 dirham. Now you can get visas 6,500, 7,500, 8,000, up there, high. And I paid almost 13,000 dirham for the visa. The money that I had when I came, I wish I put it into off-plan property. Because the prices were lower than you had studios you could have got for 380, 400K. And it's only a lot of the times 10% down payment. That 10% down payment, I was trying to give my landlord rent for 1 year when I came. He said, "Who are you? Why you want to pay one check?" He said, "Where's your pay me in 4 checks?" So like this. So yeah, I don't regret, but I wish I would have invested in off-plan.
I want you to answer this truthfully.
Yes.
What are you scared of right now?
To go back to the UK. To go back to the UK, the USA.
Why?
Because
you said that.
Very
your
straight.
Whole face changed.
Yeah.
Why are you scared to go back to the UK?
I'm petrified to go back to the UK or the United States. One, because as a revert Muslim, you left Kufr and came to Iman. And as a Muhajir, you left the lands of the disbelievers and you've come to the land of the believers. I never want to go back to that place.
Why? What is it about that place?
That place is for my kids. First thing, I think about my kids. Because my kids are the one, when I leave here, this dunya, they're the ones who are going to make...
What about your kids? What's the concern? What's the fear?
Yeah, the fear is their... What's the word? It's not it's preservation. To keep them, the fact that here they get to pray their Jummah, pray their Salahs with me and learn, alhamdulillah, I just seen my 1-year-old going on the prayer mat and trying to pray. Alhamdulillah, it make the heart feel amazing. Not to say that 1-year-olds in the UK aren't doing this, not to say that.
No,
but
some people don't know how that feels. Describe it. How did that feel?
How it feels is that sitting on your bed and it's Isha time and your 1-year-old is standing on a prayer mat implementing what they seen their mother and their father doing is it's bliss. And one of the most important things I would like to say is that the Salah is the most important thing, Aki. We have to guard that. If you guard that, everything else will be intact. And for me, I've seen people come here and go. And that's the biggest fear for me is to go back.
So let's play this out, because people like to act. This is going to be a bit painful, so forgive me in advance.
Yeah.
But people like to act like this doesn't happen. And I always like to think about the worst possible circumstance so that I can live it in my mind. I don't have to live it in reality. So let's just assume your kids go back.
My kids go back.
To the UK. You go back, your kids go back.
Yeah.
and then they lose their deen. What does that look? How does that make you feel? What does that look like?
It feels like it feels like failure. I mean, to have gone from to leave the United States and then go to UK and then like imagine to go back to there. Like I would feel like failure, bro. I would feel like I failed, you know. And it's not about what people will say. Like at first, honestly, I used to think like because many people didn't believe that I would come to Dubai and that I would be like a CEO of a company or start a real estate company or succeed or anything like that.
They doubted you.
They doubted me. So the fact that, alhamdulillah, that I've done it, like trying to avoid as well the ayn, the evil eye. So the fact if I've gone back, it would have to be something that I did to go back. You know, that something, it would be on me that I would go back if I went back. Now, if I ended up there, I would be petrified because like, bro, like what is crazy? Like I wouldn't want to go back.
So your success, would you say you have something that drives you or you're being dragged due to like an insecurity, which is the case with a lot of successful entrepreneurs?
I think it would be
truthfully.
It dragged maybe. Like, yeah.
You know Fawaz Central, Nigerian brother from Ireland. He said the same thing. I invited him on my podcast. A good guy to get as well. The podcast. He said the same thing. He's been dragged because people used to say to him, they used to doubt him.
Yeah.
So what do people used to say to you?
It's not. It's not that what what will he do when he gets there? He don't have a job. You know, why is he leaving to go there? And like when everything here is like okay and things like that, you know, like, excuse me, not necessarily everyone looks at it from a Islamic aspect. Like as a revert, we try our best to like implement everything from the Quran and the Sunnah, the way of the Salaf. Like we really take things quite serious. And sometimes culture, different people's culture, couldn't like block them from like certain aspects of the deen.
Do you feel like it was calling your manhood into question as a father, as
a husband? Well? Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I was doubted. Not just by, you know, let's say close family, but as well as like friends and things like that. But now 3 years later, I just feel like, and the thing is that I'm still trying to invite people here. You know, as we spoke about, I'm trying to get like the ebook out, not necessarily the course, but like just information. And like if anyone looks at my YouTube, the whole journey is there. And the reason it's there is because I want for my brothers or even family members and everything what I have for myself. Like it's I'm extremely grateful to Allah that I was able to come from being a Christian to a Muslim, leaving America to the Muslim lands, being guided to the Sunnah, the way of the Salaf. Like this is an extreme blessing. So I always try to share it with individuals and let them know that it's possible. And the way when I go to Dara to try to show them it's possible is that like, look how these people are living, look where they've come from and look where you are. Like there's no excuse for you, you know?
So let me ask you a question. In terms of let's go way back. Before you accepted Islam as a child, right? As a youngster, as an adolescent, what's one thing that still haunts you till today? Something that you still, you know,
yeah,
something that you still struggle with till today.
Okay, so when I was a kid, when I was 7 years old, they diagnosed me with ADHD and a learning disability. So I was put on Ritalin, I was put on Adderall, I was put on all sorts of like medication to try to make me behave and be calm. And this is from the age of 7. So my whole time in childhood, like I was struggle with that. And then when I got to the 5th grade, this is something I remember very clearly. I was in the 5th grade, I was in the class, and I brought the poppers from the summer to the class. And I threw the poppers at the board and it popped. The teacher, she referred me to go to the office and said I had cherry bombs and I was throwing bombs at the thing. So now when that happened, they kicked me out of school for 2 weeks and then they put me when I went back to school, they put me in a resource class. So it's like the kids with
Special needs.
Special needs. So I was in the special needs class. So from the 5th grade all the way up to the 12th grade, I used to like wait till all the other kids go to class to not be bullied and then go to my class. Because in my class, there was like 6, 7 kids, you know? And it'd be the kids with like, you know, you clearly can see something wrong with them. So I used to dread it. But I mean, I would say that bothers me.
So we're going to come to that in a second.
Yeah.
Man. But what's some of the stuff that they used to say to you when they used to bully you? That stung.
You know, like people always say like the retard, the slow boy, you know, like Dumbo, like this kind of stuff. Like people just pick on you like, oh, he in the slow class, he in the resource class, this man's slow. Like, you know, just like little bullying and stuff like that. Or it used to be worse because sometimes with math and English, they used to bring the extra teacher to the class. There'll be 30 people in there and you're a kid, and in the class you got the resource teacher, and everybody knows she's in there for Darren because Darren don't get stuff the right way. So for me, like, and I think this is deep because you brought it up. Like for me, I struggled in school, and this is a big factor for me to, like, when it comes to school. And now that I have kids, like we try our best to homeschool my kids, and I don't want to send my kids to school. Maybe that's the reason why I'm not pressed out to send my kids to school, because I know what I suffered from. And I think that's probably, like, I've never said this, but I think that may be the reason why I don't send my kids to school, because what I went through.
You're trying to protect them.
Yeah, trying to protect them. And now that makes sense that we've talked about that.
So, you know when you're told things like you're Dumbo, you're slow, when you're young, that stuff doesn't go away.
No, it doesn't go away.
And you start to believe it. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. And then you start doing things to disprove that to yourself and to others. But deep down, you still feel like, nah, I'm dumb. And you keep working hard to try and stack proof.
Yeah. Or sometimes you feel like, but obviously, alhamdulillah, I used the prayer in replacement for the pills I used to take, because I stopped taking the pills when I became Muslim. Okay. So, like, even now, you saw me drink a coffee. When I drink coffee, sometimes it make me feel like, you know, like, oh, okay, like Adderall. It make you feel like not the same, but it's the same. It's kind of similar because it's caffeine and whatever is in Adderall. So you get little reminders and feelings like, oh wait, I feel like how I was when I was on Adderall and things like that. So it's very difficult, man. It's very difficult to try to balance that as well. You know, like I'm a father, to have ADHD or like a learning disability or something like that, and to try to provide as a Muslim man, like that's a hurdle itself. Not many people know that. Many people may think that this guy can focus extremely. No, I forget stuff, and that's another reason why I don't prepare, because I like to just try to be myself and let it go like that.
I also have ADHD.
Yeah.
And dyslexia.
Yeah. Yeah, dyslexia. Yeah. That's what they said it was.
ADHD and dyslexia. But alhamdulillah now, like dyslexic people they struggle to read and write.
Yeah, I have a very hard time reading. And but now alhamdulillah,
Quran helped. That's right. And it's interesting that you said that the Quran helped, is because Quran is like a religious, you know, this actually might be a good tip for you guys, because a lot of people ask me about dyslexia and whatnot. I'll answer it in 2 ways. The Quran, it makes sense why it helped, because Quran is obligatory. Like as in you need to have some level of Quran, right, to be able to pray your salah. Yes. And as a Muslim, you're like, wait, I get rewarded 10 times for every letter. And if I'm struggling to read, I get double the rewards. Yes. I get 20 rewards. So it's like a dyslexic person's dream. It's like a dyslexic person's treasure trove.
Yeah, it's a treasure, yeah.
Because it's like, bro, I'm going to get so much reward. But then the more you practice, actually you realize, I can read.
Yeah, I can.
And that's the thing, is that practice, they say repetition is the mother of skill, and practice really does make perfect, because the way that with Allah's permission, I was able to kind of grow out this, is that as a dyslexic person with ADHD, who shouldn't be able to read right and shouldn't be able to focus.
Yeah, what they said to me as well.
I managed to learn a different language, Arabic, and I read every single day in English and Arabic. And I read for hours a day. And literally the greatest joy in my life is reading. Like, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah, I remember back in the class, man, being in 4th, 5th grade, and like one thing, this is the biggest thing, one of my biggest fears I used to have as a kid, when everyone's reading and then they get to you to read, it's your turn to read. and then you start stuttering.
The pressure makes it worse.
Whoa, 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 whoa. And I would stutter because I used to stutter as well. And then everyone laugh. And then the teacher get irritated. Oh, next person. And then you just feel like you want to cry or you want to go. And then
Did you cry?
No, never cried. I used to act out. I used to misbehave. So when I would struggle, I would misbehave so that I would make people laugh to accept me because I was funny. And that led all the way to me trying to be a comedian, wanting to be an influencer, wanting to be an actor before I was Islam. The acting was really to cover up how I felt because people would laugh at me because I couldn't do certain things or I'm not as successful and things like that as others. But it makes sense. SubhanAllah, bro. This is crazy. Like, I'm actually like learning stuff about myself with you. I'm actually learning stuff about myself with you.
So look, coming now to you said you still struggle with this till today though.
Of course, bro. I was in the office just 10 minutes ago and like the admin's over there doing work and I'm looking at my WhatsApp on my phone and I'm like, I can't focus. And I'm like trying to tell the admin, like, can you do this, like that? Like it's tough, man. Running a business with ADHD and dyslexic and learning disability.
Did the insecurities ever bug you?
The insecurities with Islam now, alhamdulillah, man. I'm not to say I'm totally like, we all have our good days and bad days, but alhamdulillah, I'm like I said, I use my salah. I look at the blessings and gratefulness that I'm grateful for the blessings I have and stuff like. So those insecurities, I look at myself and say, how far have I come from being in the class, like the resources they used to call slow class, to being someone who can read in Arabic, speak Arabic slightly, living in a Muslim country, blessed with family and this and all this good stuff. So alhamdulillah, I'm extremely grateful.
You know, one thing that I only started speaking about my dyslexia and ADHD from the angle of trying to motivate people, right? I never used to speak about it.
Yeah.
The reason I didn't used to like speaking about it is because when you give yourself a label, you will fall into and grow into that label.
Yeah.
Like if you tell a kid you're bad, what happens?
They're gonna be
It's
bad.
gonna be bad. It's called a self-fulfilling prophecy. There's a lot of data and stats to show that is the case.
Yes.
So, and it happens so subconsciously. Like, when you start saying to yourself, I have ADHD, I can't focus. I never say that to myself.
Yeah.
I know I'm struggling to focus. I know I'm struggling to read. Sometimes I have days that I struggle to talk. I skip. It's probably so hard for people to imagine that. But
yeah, because people know you as like being same with me as well.
Like my cameraman, brother Sufyan, who's also head of social media, he will know. Like when it's just me and him and I'm trying to record one ad, I would just to get out a 60-second clip, it might take me sometimes 15, 20 minutes. Because I'm just
when I'm doing my YouTube videos, same thing, right? Bro. Same thing.
But the thing is, I know I may have those struggles. I don't like to accept it because it's detrimental to me. Like, so a day won't come where I'm like, I will make an excuse to say I can't do this because I'm dyslexic.
Yeah.
I won't say I can't focus because I'm ADHD. I won't say it I won't say it to myself.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Of course I'm going to do it. I can focus. Why not? There's certain circumstances where people with ADHD focus very well.
Yeah. Right? There's some things I can sell at really good.
Right. So I'm saying, so I can do it. I just have to try and find a way to replicate the same environment, circumstances to be able to do it. Yeah. And I disagree. When people say, oh, you can only focus on things that you're interested in, because there's things that I'm not interested in that I can focus. I developed a skill with Allah's permission.
Yeah.
So the point is that I don't believe we should ever label ourselves. I have ADHD. I talk about it from the angle of relatability.
Yeah, relatability.
I only say it on camera. I don't ever say it here.
Okay.
I never say it here. I safeguard my brain. Like I don't allow myself to have a negative self-story. Because that's deep, bro. Because you will maybe fall in line when you're around people that are behaving a certain way. If people are excelling, you'll excel because you're with them. If you're in the gym, you might go the extra mile harder because you're with people. But it's when you're alone.
That's when the struggle comes.
Do you understand? Because no one's watching me except for Allah. That's why sincerity is such a beautiful thing. It's like when you can pray in front of Allah alone to the best of your ability, when no one's there, when you get up at night to pray, or when you can give charity and no one sees you, when you can seek knowledge and no one knows, and you're just growing, you're memorizing the Quran, you're learning for the sake of Allah. It's like you're showing Allah the best version of yourself.
Yes.
When no one's there. Likewise, outside of religion, bro, like when I go the extra mile, when I get tired, and I'm like, I'm still gonna thug it out.
Yeah.
That's me telling myself, I don't fall at the first hurdle. That's me telling myself, I'm not a quitter.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
But if I train myself to give up, if I train myself to, when I'm on that last, bench press, and I'm like, you know what? This is long, and I just leave it.
Yeah.
What I'm training myself is that, Imran, when your PT is not here, you will give up.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
So subhanAllah, that's so deep. You know,
you
I'm starting this like training thing with train with Gaff, actually one of the brothers that came on with the podcast. Yeah. So him and I, we have like an app when you know, and all this stuff. And it's funny because I'm working out now by myself. And like you said, I'm that same exact moment where it's like, oh, okay, even though I'm not sending it to him or whatever, but I'm still gonna do it. And one of my tenets is subhanAllah, every time I go to the gym now, one of the tenets that I put in the building, if he's not there before me or I'm there before him, he's usually there when I'm working out. One guy from the UK, well, I don't know which country he's from, but yeah, he's usually in there. And it's motivating that someone else is there. And I said to him today, I said, bro, what time do you go to work? He's like, oh, I go at like 9:30. And I was like, you know what? I've picked this time in the early morning, you know, when my kids are asleep and stuff to do it. I'm just going to keep coming. Like, obviously, he's not working out with me, but the fact that someone else is in the gym as well, it's quite motivating. Yeah. Because even the days when he's not there, I'm still going to keep going anyway. Yeah, inshallah. But yeah.
So go on. Let's transition to another topic.
Real estate. Real estate.
Wait, before we go to real estate. Because this is we've been around. Like we visited the Caribbean, then we went to South America, we went to East Africa. We've been around on this trip, on this conversation.
You said some nice countries, by the way.
Alhamdulillah. Very nice, mashallah. Where are you from originally?
I'm from Virginia Beach in America.
Do you know?
I took this ancestry test, but like, I mean, maybe it's accurate, but like it says like Nigeria, it says Mali, Scotland.
Oh wow.
And like Congo, Cameroon, Congo. Yeah.
The biggest jungle in the world, huh?
Yeah. But like I don't claim any of them because obviously in America we was there for like 300 years in America. So I don't claim any of them. I just say America, but like I know it's like some Nigerians have come up to me here in Dubai and said, if we didn't know, we would say you're from Nigeria.
Even I was going to say that too earlier. You look Nigerian too.
Yeah. A lot of people say it. Yeah.
So anyway, what I wanted to show, alhamdulillah, we just had a nice conversation. What I also wanted to demonstrate with you is that's how podcasts should go. You see, if we carried on, there was a couple of times you choked up.
Yeah, definitely.
A couple of times I saw in your eyes.
And you even, I didn't think you would go to those points.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
I'm saying that is how you run a podcast.
So this is like, guys, alhamdulillah, 6. Now I will take it more serious how I do it. Definitely.
You see some of those questions that I asked you, that's on the back of preparation. Like as in, over time, I know questions to get a conversation kicking. And you have to understand, like, as in, that's on the back of zero prep.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? But I was able to have a conversation with you, where I'm able to get you to talk about things, become vulnerable, speak about something deep that's beneficial for people. And I imagine if I actually prepared. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But just by preparing over the years of the type of questions to ask and whatnot, and the pacing of the discussion, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how, inshallah, if you're consistent, bi'idhnillah, you will grow this podcast far and wide, inshallah.
Inshallah, definitely. So one topic I have to speak about is this real estate. Because obviously, alhamdulillah, I've been here 3 years. I've been doing real estate. Big shout out to Breeze. I say this to everyone, which is the company. I started a company with some partners. And you spoke about partners. I actually seen one of the videos, I think, recently about partners. They do like Airbnb back in London and stuff like that. But they want to eventually transition over here to the UAE. And me as a broker, they saw me in like how I hustle and how, I think they said like the fact that I'm straightforward and trustworthy and all this, they want to deal with me. So now I'm running a real estate company. Obviously, I already have like my own clients from before and things like that. So yeah, just doing real estate really. Yeah. But what can I offer to people? What I offer to people, what I actually enjoy is like the property management. When people are outside and they leave their keys here, like I take their checks, I do the maintenance for it, I deposit their checks to them, give them their money or pay their payment plan. and stuff like this with people who invest in off plan.
Mm-hmm.
So that's some of the services that we get, because obviously everyone can do real estate. It's not that complicated, from leasing and secondary and off plan. But I don't do mortgage stuff though. Just a heads up. No mortgage stuff. No mortgage stuff. Yeah. No mortgage stuff.
MashaAllah.
Yeah. So what is your view on the real estate in Dubai? Like, what do you think about it? And what have you experienced since you've been here in regards to real estate?
So I only I'll talk from the angle of two of my clients, mashallah, tabarakallah, that I see them doing something very good. One of them being Ansar, mashallah, tabarakallah. So they actually got in touch with a lot of the developers.
Yeah. And they did this thing where they removed the interest and stuff like that, right?
So they removed the late payment fee from the clause. And not only late payment, there's other clauses that some of these contracts have that are haram, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And he connected with them, and like he did what I thought wasn't possible. Mm-hmm. I thought you couldn't get into a room with these massive companies.
Of course you can.
Get them to, but Allah Mabarak, bro, he got some of the most biggest names to just remove it. Now, that's amazing because he's providing solutions for Muslims, Allah Mabarak. So I feel like it's very important if you're going to get into the real estate thing and you want to do things in a way that's pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and purchase property, don't be willingly ignorant. Let me just go out there and it's interest free. No, bro, it gets deeper than that.
Yeah.
So
definitely. Make sure you got to read the SPAs, guys.
Right. And then the other guy is Sam. He's another one of a very, very good friend and also a client. So he's a Bengali brother. He's a Bengali immigrant, came to the USA, I think in 2010. And came and, bro, used to clean these restaurants at 1 a.m. in the morning. People are puking in the washroom.
Yeah.
He used to cry, like, as a 15, 16-year-old kid. Got into real estate, realized, wait, there's some riba stuff. Said, you know what? I'm going to do this and completely avoid the riba.
Yeah.
Completely. So he had a crazy method. He would basically go to people in the community that are influential, and he would leverage his reputation as a trustworthy, honest businessman and say, give me capital. I will use my skill to purchase a property that is run down, fix it up, flip it, and give it the profit, and we'll break bread. So he did that for a few people. People were like, whoa, this guy's amazing. So he just started getting referrals like crazy. So he just started gathering capital more and more and more and more. In Michigan, I think he's in Michigan, he's purchased the land 100% riba free, just capital that he just gained on the back of the trust that Allah gave him in amongst the people, and he's purchased land to build a Muslim village.
SubhanAllah, so that's beautiful.
The roads even are named after Muslim conquerors, Khalid ibn Walid, Tariq ibn Ziyad.
Yeah, in Michigan.
Yeah. So he's got caught now in January because they're trying to create some fuss. Some of the communities, I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And he's confident that all they're going to do is delay it, but ultimately it's going to go through, inshallah. He's also got a development project and what I love about what he does.
Yeah. Tell him come to Dubai.
He lives here.
Okay, he lives here, yeah.
He just moved here. So what he does now, and what I love about what he does, so a lot of people, he told me that, again, it's not really my world, but this is just what I learned from the people that are around me. So he said there's usually when people raise capital, there's two types. People will get you to raise capital during the development stage and or the construction stage. So he said, the development stage, he puts his own money in there.
Okay.
And the reason he does that is risky because sometimes you don't get approval. Sometimes things don't go according to plan.
Yeah, that's way before. Like here, it's very important. Like the escrow account is already ready before anything.
So he's like, he puts the money in his own capital during the development, and then he will take investment during the construction.
Right? Whoa, that's subhanAllah, bro. That shows some seriousness. Yeah. I mean, from the aspect of what I know, that's
and that's why his reputation is so high.
Yeah.
That's why his trust is so high.
You see my eyes gone like, whoa.
Yeah, Allah Barik. And that's why he mitigates. Of course, there's always risk in business, but he heavily mitigates the risk for his investors and why they're able to see such good returns. Alhamdulillah. So now what he's doing with us is we're basically building out his online version of this. So you can only go so far with your network, even if your network is big. Yeah. But social media is like pouring gasoline over the fire, so you just blow it up.
Definitely.
So the strategy that we use with him now, we said, okay, cool. So one of the things I would do with my clients, I would completely diagnose exactly what their current business model is before we replicate online. All right. This is if they want to go online from offline. So we look for the ideal customer. So who's your ideal investor? It's a person who's Muslim, religious, influential, money. And then he also has access to more people. Because if I've got a guy who's got those characteristics, but he's just one guy, not going to benefit me. I need a guy who behind him are 100 other guys.
Yes.
So then the strategy that we built out, we said, okay, what does that look like online? Muslim influencers. So the whole idea now is for him to train Muslim influencers, a lot of these guys who've got following but they don't know how to monetize.
Yeah, that's me.
And say, and say, listen, here's what you do. Use your influence to basic, and they will structure the deals for you. They will do everything. They will
literally, that's like, this sounds perfect for me.
Right. Oh, amazing. I can make the link then. When all you would have to do is basically just leverage your influence and trust in the community and say, guys, and you can leverage all of his successes, all of his previous projects.
Oh, what I've done already.
What he's done already.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What he's done already.
You can, but I'm saying in the sense where it's like he's done big projects, right?
Yeah.
You could do what you've already done, combine with him and say, look, this is the guy that we're working with. This is the average, cycle to see your returns.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 so on and so forth. And they just give you capital. And what he does is he gives you an introduction fee. Or he gives you equity in a project. You choose. If you want the money right there and then, introduction fee. If you want equity in a project, he will, they set some type of timeline, expected timeline within 6 months.
Yes, expected timeline.
Whatever have you, you get your money. And then you might get a certain percentage of equity in a business.
Okay.
And all you did was just connect him. Like basically you just connected him. This right here is what we built out for him online.
Okay.
Do you understand?
So took him from offline to online.
Right. But you see the nuances? Like in the sense where, for me, the most important thing is to look at the ideal customer profile, the ICP, which most people leave out. I'm like, Akhi, if you already have people...
That's what the guy said to me on the call. The guy that Shuaib student, he said that to me.
Yeah.
What's your ideal customer?
Yeah.
And I said, well... And then he looked at my stuff and then he told me who He told me who it was.
Right. And then here's what you do. That your ideal customer is the one that's the easiest and most willing to buy, pay in full, and spends the most money. Right? But you're only serving 10%. Like out of all of your customers, only 10% of them are your ideal customer. So why don't I just make them 100%? And then I 10x my money. That's the method. And then we create an offer, right? Which, of course, Alex Hormozi came out with his great book, $100 million offers. I benefited from it a lot. But it's a lot more nuanced when you're actually in practice building out an offer. Oh, I definitely use that.
Definitely.
But it's a foundation. Like when it comes to now building offers that are a bit more nuanced and complex and sophisticated, then that's where we come in. You know what I'm saying? And then everything from, inshallah ta'ala, the social media, the webinar, the launch. But anyway, I digress. Coming back to the point that we're mentioning, real estate, that's my view of real estate. So I'm actually very, 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 very excited to see what happens, because we actually now have brothers that are leading the real estate thing, and they had the resolve to say, you know what, forget this riba thing.
No, yeah.
I'm going to firm
I think one person, he came to me, his name is Abu Amin. I think he's from America.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's like, I think maybe he's Turkey from America or something. He came to me and he saw me online in real estate stuff, and he came and he's like, did you know this? And I was like, okay. And then we sat down and he gave me all the Excel sheet, everything. He gave everything to me. These are all the developers that we have spoken to. These are all this is that. He gave me everything. He gave me everything, alhamdulillah. So I'm extremely grateful for that. And definitely that's something that we all take in mind and can take in consideration to, offer this to clients.
I'll connect you to the brother Sam, because it's like you might have clients that you can help them, but then they also maybe want to invest at this bigger level. You might find that you end up making more money and are able to help more people just through raising capital.
Definitely something that we will look into at Labrise. We will definitely look into this. Definitely. Yeah. I love one thing that I like. I link it together. Off plan and secondary, all that stuff. But the actual basic thing, I love doing leasing. I'm literally after this, I have to go. Someone's waiting. We'll be waiting at one of the buildings. They taking units. you know? So this is something where people those who are watching from outside, you are in safe hands when it comes to finding your apartment, setting up your business, and all these things. Alhamdulillah, we have access, and we work together. Like, you know, like it's not like back home where people don't work together, or they want to keep information and not like help you out. Like here, alhamdulillah, like it's very good. From that aspect, it's good. Dubai is very good. Yeah.
MashaAllah.
Definitely. What time is it? I think we've gone over time. If there's anything that, you know, you want to say to the people or anything like that, then other than that, we probably would wrap it up.
Inshallah.
Yeah. So I would say first, like, thanks, Jazakallah Khan, for coming on. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Appreciate it.
May Allah bless you, akhi.
I mean,
pleasure.
Jazakallah Khan.
Barakallah feek, bro.
All right.
جزاك الله خير. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله
وبركاته. Okay. Barakallah feek. That episode, absolutely a gem. A lot of benefit for those who are back in USA and UK who are interested in making Hijrah. If you want, I have down below my free ebook, which I just made. You're welcome to go ahead and check it out. That's pretty much it. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you're not subscribed, turn on the bell notification, leave your comments down below. And until next time, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.